frat house, I thought we should do an April 2018 planner setup. This is my everyday carry. I do have a planner also set up in rings. That setup is pretty much the same as what you saw in the March 2018 planner setup, but this has been my everyday carry. All of my personal planning is in here. So the rings still house all the home stuff, the reference stuff, the homeschool lesson plans, the kids who go to school, you know, public school, their stuff for school, long-term projects, all of that is still on the rings. But this is what I do my personal planning in and what I carry with me when I go out. So I am in this thing every day. I've been using it for, I want to say maybe 6 weeks now, like daily I've been in this thing. So this is a weekly calendar cover from Chic Sparrow that I love. I'm so in love with this cover, you guys. It's so pretty. And then I have 2 inserts on the elastic, the long elastic that runs through there, and then a Hobonichi Weeks. Now there are some die cuts and some digital scrapbook paper that I printed in here. I will put the links to everything down below as usual, plus in the blog post that I will put this video into. So if there's anything you see that I don't happen to name where it came from, and then those things that I do obviously tell you where they come from, because I remember all the links for everything will be down below and in the blog post so that you can find stuff that you like. So let me show you what's going on in here. Okay, so the weekly calendar cover from Chic Sparrow has this full pocket in the front, and then it also has the full pocket in the back. The back is where I put my Hobonichi Weeks in. I put the back cover of the weeks into this back long pocket, okay? And then there's also an elastic, and I have, oops, there we go. I have 2 inserts on the elastic put together with the jump band, like so. So in the front pocket, I have on here, this doily was actually, it's actually plain. I don't want to bend it. Let me see if I can. This was from, I want to maybe say the November Kinley's Doodles Doodle Box. Yeah, it came like this, and I measured out the center of a piece of like letter size paper. I had digital scrapbooking paper from Digital Designs by Jody on Etsy. So I like found the center of the 8.5 by 11 paper, taped this to it with removable tape, and then on the computer made, you know, like a square with this butterfly print and ran it through the printer so it would print right in the center of the page, if all of that makes sense. I did it that way to save some ink because we go through a lot of ink with the homeschooling and because I'm constantly printing stuff. So that is how I got that design onto that doily. And then back here in this back pocket, I have stamps, appointment cards, Chic Sparrow business cards, of course. And then on my first elastic, I have 2 inserts. These are Tomoe River dot grid inserts from Taroko Design. I got them on Amazon. I got the regular size, and then I cut them down to fit inside of the weekly calendar cover. So I didn't have to cut off a whole lot, but I trimmed them down just so they would be pretty much the same size as this, so they would fit nicely. And the very front insert is all notes for projects. So there are, I usually leave the first couple pages blank to use as a table of contents as it gets, you know, more full. There are video notes from March there, more video notes from March, and then I have them highlighted by what they're, like in my head, what category of video they are. And then anything with a flag is what's not done yet. It's video notes on videos that I want to do that aren't done yet. So, and then I have magazine stuff behind this little tab. That came from a shop that is now closed, which is unfortunate because I love those tabs. But I have magazine notes in there. So that is what is going on there. I'm trying to remember. This was digital scrapbooking paper from Rosa Baby on Etsy. This, I believe, is from Kelsey Plans. Like I said, I'll link everything down below. And this is from SVG Boutique. So those are all digital downloads from Etsy. And then I'm going to forget these. This and this, not my name, the label on the coffee cup is blank, but this bow and this coffee cup are from Brunella Buy on Etsy. The Little But Fierce, I want to say, came from Spirit Bin, and this was from Mommy Lay's Facebook group, and this paper is also from Rosa Baby on Etsy. Again, I'll link everything down below just in case I am misnaming anything. So this is the second insert that I have on the back of the on the back of the jump band. This is my dailies. Now I was kind of doing just a running, oh, and I put my stickers in here, my Planner Kate stickers, like for the month, because I use them in the weeks. So my Planner Kate stickers for the month and the week, if I'm using the Pocket TN size, I usually get her Pocket TN sets. Sometimes I get the personal sets and they're bigger, so they don't go in here like this, but I usually just put them around this insert. So this is for my monthly, you'll see that back in here. This is my dailies. So anything that has a page flag on it has, you know, significance for, it's something I either need to remember or might need to go back and reference. So like days that Mike will be in Orlando for hockey, travel plans for some of the kids. So I was just kind of going along, you know, kind of cramped, honestly. So this month what I did, so starting, this was actually starting yesterday, was April 2nd. So I started with a shopping list for the week. So groceries, errand running, anything like that. I have one page for a shopping list for the entire week. And then the stickers I used this month were pretty much all personal size kits from Planner Kate. So I went ahead and set up the whole month. I did that yesterday. So the first page of a current week has a washi strip on it that matches, like here's this week in my weeks, and here would be the start of this week in my days. And then I have the weeks tabbed, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4 for the month. So there is what that is looking like. This is today, so there isn't a whole lot on there yet. And that is how I just left a page per day. Anything that was already scheduled, I put in there. This is next week. So, and I haven't put anything on like next week yet. I just go a week at a time. But I did decorate the full month so that I could have it done. So that is that. And then in the back of that, I keep my page flags that I use all the time. And then this is what my weeks has been looking like. I want to say this Coffee Love die cut came from Spirit Bin on Etsy. This die cut was also in the November Kinley's Doodles Doodle Box. None of this has changed from the March video. So Doodle Box, this was the sticker that Julia designed. Hi Julia! For Chic Sparrow. So I brought that home from Spokane with me. The washi is also from the November Doodle Box. If you see anything from the Doodle Box in here that you guys like, if you guys go to Kinley's Doodles online, she does have a shop of this stuff that was in prior boxes that she may still have some of that's up for sale, like ready to ship. So if you see anything you like, go check it out. And even if like these colors or whatnot don't appeal to you, go look at Kinley's Doodles online because she has a ton of beautiful stuff. I told her the other day on Instagram that she just has an eye for like matching colors and patterns and textures that I just absolutely adore. Anyway, so I have, there is your typical, you know, your years. So there's this year, last year, next year. On this, I started putting in, I backdated to January and I put in the hockey schedule. Because this goes through December of 2018, this will obviously cut off halfway through next hockey season, but this way I have the rest of the scheduled games for the season. And then what I'm also putting in here is anytime I make a post. So if I post an anchor, you know, segment or a full podcast, Frat House Reads, videos, anything like that, I mark on here just so I can kind of go back and see for the course of the year how big were the gaps in between when I was getting stuff posted. And then we can go to, I can show you what March ended up looking like. There's what March ended up looking like. So I put, this was also a Planner Kate Pocket TN kit. So I put the bills over there. I want to say all, yep, that is all from that Pocket TN kit, except for this little guy here, and that was given to me by a friend. That was a freebie from I don't know what Facebook group, but that was Clayton's birthday, so I put a little birthday pusheen on there. And then here's what this month looks like so far. And then I will show you how my weeks kind of progressed. So let's see, we saw through, this was the end of February, beginning of March. So I was putting, again, Planner Kate stickers, so anything that was scheduled, I put on stickers, and then I was kind of writing in, you know, at the end of each day, like on this day was a good day to record, so I put down what I recorded. Over here on the notes page, I have the stuff I want to get done during the week. So I don't schedule what days I'm going to record just because, you know, when you're home all day and you work from home all day, like some things can be really up in the air. So it kind of just depends on how everybody's feeling and how wound up Liam is and what we have to do for school stuff that day. So I list everything out over here, and then a lot of times I will write in the exact day that I did it, if that makes sense. So I know I just want it done during the week. If there is anything date specific that I want to get done on here, I do put it with the date next to it. So that was, let's see, week 9. There was week 10. I tried splitting this into thirds over here. There are little dots. If you haven't seen the weeks before, there are little dots on here that kind of try to show you. There's a little tiny dot there and a little tiny dot there, so that you can, and there's one on each line separating the days, so you can kind of divvy this up if you would like. So I thought I would try that for that week. I hadn't tried that before. I've just been kind of changing up my setup every week to kind of find my groove, you know. And I've really been enjoying doing that because I'm not printing them. So the time that I was spending printing stuff, I'm not doing right now because I have a ton of stuff printed that's in my rings that's all ready to go. So I can kind of mess with layouts in here. So this one, I was divvying it up into thirds. So the first column was all scheduled stuff and bills go over here. The middle column was just like little notes, like days that I posted stuff, if I finished a book, stuff like that. And then this right-hand column is other stuff that we did and hockey stuff. And then again, just the list of work and home stuff I wanted to get done during the week. And then this was, I'm having a brain cramp. This was week 11. I covered it up with a work sticker. I did the same thing on this side for this week. And then over here, I was kind of trying to track like coffee intake, water intake, social media posts, for both myself and for the magazine, and I got a lot of stuff done, but I didn't get a lot of posting done, especially for the magazine. I've been gearing up for the April issue, so I wasn't doing a whole lot of posting for that, which I was kind of disappointed in myself for that. So that was that week, week 11. Here is week 12. So this time I only made a division between the first 2/3 and the last third of these rectangles for the day. I liked that this was feeling a little bit cramped for me, so I liked having a little more space on this side. I still will go in and write in things, and then the side is still, you know, Mike's stuff, just hockey stuff basically. And then I started taking this column and putting in project stuff that I wanted to work on for the week. So I can kind of break down the project tasks very generally. All of the specifics are up here in this first notebook, but just very general project tasks, and then a list of the projects over here. So, you know, stuff I need to get done or want to get done. And then individual stuff like start certain video prep. I may not have it written over here, but I want to at least start prep for certain videos or make a content call or whatever. And then here was last week. Last week I had drawn in here in purple that it was Jack's spring break because purple is Jack's color in my mind. But it got really smeary, so I covered it up with some washi tape and just used some date covers, which are really hard to see because they're also pink. In person, they show up perfectly fine. But you've seen those here and there and there. Those are also from Planner Kate. Again, the pink with the white shows up perfectly fine in person, but I think on camera they're probably hard to see because I have them on that washi with the pink background. Last week was kind of a lost week. It was, Mike's schedule was a little bit nuts. Our schedule at home was a little bit nuts. So there wasn't a whole lot. Everything I was working on was really like, it took more time. So it was fewer tasks, but the tasks took more time. And then here is this week. So what I'm doing differently for this week is I want to put in these task bars that come with the Planner Kate. They're like a little task list for your check boxes. I shouldn't say I never use these. I very, very rarely use these. So I thought that I would try to use them this week on each day to track coffee intake, water intake, and I have some medicine that I have to take just for a week. And then the hockey schedule. And then I still need to fill this stuff in here. Here's the project stuff I want to get done. And I do have one more project that has a lot of steps. Well, 2 more projects that actually have a lot of steps in them. I'm considering whether I want to put the magazine list over here or not. I do have some of it started right here. So I don't know. I've kind of left this open until I decide what I want to do. So that is it. That is how the current setup is going and looking right now. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, let me know. If you have ideas for weekly layouts for your weeks in there, give me a shout because I love looking at weekly layouts. I've spent a lot of time looking at Hobonichi Weeks layouts, here comes the cat, and bullet journal layouts. So I've been having a lot of fun doing that and watching those videos. So thank you so much for watching. I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.